Chapter 3. Camouflage. Chameron lay curled up on his bed, sobbing into his pillow. His eyes were swollen and his chest ached. It had been the longest, most devastating 12 hours of his young life. Usually by this time, he'd be up and getting ready for school, Ray teasing him for always losing one sock or forgetting his backpack. But today, all he could do was lie there, staring at the ceiling, replaying the night before like a nightmare on a loop. After the shot rang out, Chameron never left Ray's side. He knelt on the sidewalk as paramedics arrived. He watched, numb and broken, as Shannon, Ray's mother, pulled up alongside Franny, Gwen, and Travis. All of them stood frozen in disbelief, faces drained of color, hearts shattering with every second that passed. There were no answers. The officers responsible for Ray's death had already been whisked away, nowhere to be found. Reporters began to gather. Protesters shouted for justice. Release the footage. Indict the police. The chants grew louder as the sky darkened. That night, the Harbert family marched to the local precinct, demanding accountability. They asked to see the body cam footage. They begged to speak to the officers. But the response was cold, indifferent. Reports are pending. The footage is still being processed. Nothing. They left in tears, defeated, disoriented, and devastated. Now, in the quiet of his room, Chameron sat up. His hands trembled, but his mind was made up. He wiped his face, swung his legs off the bed, and walked into the living room. "I want to go to school," he said firmly. Granny looked up from the couch, shocked. "What? After what just happened?" she said in her thick Guyanese accent. "You sure you're ready for that, baby?" Chameron nodded. "Ray would want me to go. His story needs to be told. The right way." Franny gave a long, solemn look and nodded. "Okay then, I go and walk with you." As they turned the corner near the school, they were met by a wall of people. Protesters filled the sidewalk and steps of PS 135. Homemade signs waved in the air. "Justice for Rayshawn." "Release the footage." "Stop killing our kids." Chameron froze. His heart pounded. His legs felt weak. "You want to go back?" Granny asked gently. He looked up at her and shook his head. "No, I'm going." He lifted his chin, adjusted his hoodie, and walked forward. Granny kissed him on the forehead. "I'll be here at 3 o'clock sharp." Inside the school, Chameron was greeted by hugs and soft words from classmates, teachers, security guards, even the lunch lady. Everyone knew what had happened. Everyone felt it. In his first period science class, Ms. Truman wrapped him in a warm, teary hug. She was one of his favorite teachers, strict but fair, and one of the few who saw his potential. "Ray is still with you, Chameron," she whispered. "Be your greatest for him." He nodded, swallowing the lump in his throat. Ms. Truman turned to the board and began introducing the 5th grade science project. "You will each choose one animal to study," she explained. "It can be from the invertebrate groups, like insects, arachnids, mollusks, or from the vertebrates, mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, or fish." She reviewed examples for each. When she got to reptiles, she said, "Lizards, like a chameleon." Chameron, deep in a daze, suddenly snapped to attention. For a moment, he thought she had said his name. She continued, "And what's fascinating about chameleons is their ability to camouflage, to blend into their surroundings as a survival technique." He sat upright, captivated. His heart thumped faster. Camouflage, adaptability, transformation. It hit him like lightning. "I'm doing the chameleon," Chameron blurted out. The class turned to stare. Miss Truman raised her eyebrows, surprised but smiling. "All right, Chameron," she said. "Chameleon it is." He sat back, nodding with determination. For the first time that day, he felt something other than pain. He felt purpose. He would tell Ray's story. He would rise. And he would blend in until it was time to stand out.